Hey guys, this is Shubham and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here today with another video tutorial series for you all, in which I will teach you guys how you can build an Android application to fetch the call history of any Android mobile and display it in the app. And you will also learn to send those call logs data to the server and save it in the Firebase real-time database. I will also teach you guys that how you can set up a background service to send the data from your Android phone to the server at an interval of a specified time, even if the app is not running. For example, if you want to fetch and send the call log data to the server after every 15 or 20 minutes or even on daily basis, you can do that after watching this tutorial. You will also learn to hide the app from the Android launcher, and we will also implement the codes so that you can open the app by dialing a specific secret number through your phone dialer. So we will see all these features of our app in details in this demo video. But before getting into this video, I want to mention here that this tutorial is purely for learning purpose, and I don't support any kind of hacking or accessing someone's data without their consent and their permission, and I'm strictly against it. So while teaching in this video, I will also share some tips along with the video so that you can make your Android device safe from these kind of attacks. And that's why just after this tutorial, I will bring another tutorial on a security kind of app in which we will use the motion sensor of the phone, so that whenever any person try to pick your phone or take your phone whenever you are not around, then your phone will make a loud alarm until the correct pin will be submitted to the app. And the full source code will be provided for all our tutorials, so stay connected for cool and interesting contents. Now let's get into the demo video, as we have already given much time on this intro, so let's get started without wasting any time. So here we are in our project, and I have my emulator open, and I also have opened my Firebase console, and I've created an app inside my Firebase console named Call Log Tracker, and inside this we have a real-time database, but as of now we don't have any value inside our database. So we will see how we can fetch the data and load to this real-time database. So let's go into our project and we will run the app. But before running the app, let me tell you that this emulator is currently running on the Android API 28, which is nothing but Android Pie, the 9.0 version. So, and I will also show you the logs currently in my phone. So there are 6 logs here, and some are saved and some are not saved. So one contact is saved as customer care, so it will show the name as customer care, and other I have implemented, like if the number is not saved, then the contact name will show as unknown. So let's see how it will work. So we will run the app and we will see the results. So our app is opened. It is asking for some permission. Allow call log tracker to access your phone call logs. So the call log tracker is our app's name, and you have 2 options to allow this or deny. So if I deny this, then it can't access any data from this emulator, from this phone. And if I refresh it, then again it will ask for the permission. So once the app is installed and opened for the first time, it will ask for some permissions. As you can see here, the app is currently asking for the permission to access the call logs of the device. And here is the first tip for you guys, that properly read this kind of dialogues and see for what permission the app is really asking. And I saw many people that just download the app, and after installing they click allow button whenever it appears, without even seeing that what type of access permission the app is asking for. So the first thing I strongly suggest is to always download the apps from a trusted platform like Google Play Store. And suppose if you have downloaded or installed any app from any untrusted platform, like if you have installed any modified or tweaked app from any third-party websites or blogs, then make sure that after installing, don't give any permission to the app. Never click on the allow button for any untrusted app. They can hack your whole data from your phone, like photos, videos, contacts, and your social media passwords like Facebook, Google, Instagram, and never download any untrusted app. This thing I'm saying very strictly for all the Android users who are still using the Android version which is less than Marshmallow. So this is mostly for the Lollipop and KitKat user, and for the below Android users, because Google has added this feature of asking permission dialog at the runtime after installing the app from the Android Marshmallow version. So if your version is lower than Marshmallow, then you will not be asked for this permission, and the permission will be automatically granted. So if you are KitKat or Lollipop user, then your data will be accessed without even giving you real-time permission. So I strongly recommend to all the Android users which are using the Lollipop or KitKat or any lower versions to please upgrade your phone at least up to the Marshmallow version, so that you will have the option to allow or deny all the permissions yourself. Don't give access directly to any app. I will show you that in my video, that how the lower versions cannot ask this type of permissions, the dialog. It will not show the dialog. So to show you the demo, I have to click on this allow button. So I will click on this allow button, and I have two permissions. I have asked two permissions. For the first permission is to access the call log, and the second permission is to manage and make phone calls. So this permission I will require to make a phone call to open the app, right? I've already told in the intro part that I have added a feature that whenever you call a secret number, then the app will open. So for that thing I need this access. So I have added this permission. So if I click on allow, so and again refresh it, then you can see we have all the data from the log, and the left hand side in the database you can see all the data is loaded from here. We have 6 logs, and here we have 6 logs. So I'm saving the data like this structure. First I have a node called call log. So inside this call log we have saved all our data for all the call logs, and after this we have a node called Google AOSP on IA emulator. So this is nothing but the device name. So I have fetched the device name so that I will distinguish between devices. So whenever I install this app into any other phone, then it will show a different device, and inside that device the data call logs will be stored for that device inside that node. So currently I have installed this into this emulator, so it is fetching the name of this emulator, and inside this it is storing the data. So inside the emulator I am storing the data as a date wise. So today is date 17th July 2020. That's why it created a node as 17th July 2020, and inside this we have multiple nodes. So I have created these nodes by just using the time of the log. So here you can see for the first log we have the call time as 10:21 p.m. 26 seconds. So it creates the node with this time, and inside this we have all the data for this log. Phone number 123, the contact name unknown as this contact is not saved in the emulator. The third one is the call type, and the call type is outgoing, and the call date 17th July, and call time, and the call duration is 11 seconds. So that's how I'm saving the data in our database, and this is for all. And as you can see, we have the saved data, the saved name as customer care for 123456. So as you can see, we have customer care contact name for number 123456, and the time is 10:23 p.m. The time is 10:23 p.m. 5 seconds. So the data is correctly matching. Now if I minimize this app will be gone. So you cannot find this app anywhere in the Android launcher. So let's minimize this. Okay, I have minimized this app. Now if I try to see it by recent activities, you can see it will be gone. It basically gets hidden. So if I open the call log here, you can see the first contact 123, and the time was call details. I go, then the outgoing call, and 10:21 p.m. 11 seconds. So the same data we have in our server, in our real-time database. So, and if you want to search for this app, you will not able to find it inside the Android launcher. We don't have that app inside this. So the question which arises in your mind, that how can you open the app if it is not showing? So I have added a feature to call a particular number so that it will open. So if you call, I have set the number as star 9999 hash. So if I click on star 9999 hash and click the call button, then it opens the app. Okay, as you can see, it opens the app. So this is not specific, you can set any number you want. I have set this number star 9999 hash, so you can set any number you want. And if you again type 9999 hash, then again your app will open. And again, if you minimize this app and check the recent activities, it will be gone in few seconds. Okay, it will be gone in few seconds. And now, so here is the second tip for you guys. So if you want to see that app, so you have to go to the settings. Okay, and inside the settings you will have to go to the apps and notifications, and inside apps you will have to see all the apps option. So after clicking on that option, you will have the list of all the apps which is installed in your Android device. So as you can see, my app is listed here, call log tracker. Okay, so it is not showing anywhere, but here it will show absolutely. So from here you can see, you can find the apps and you can uninstall the app. So my tip for this is, you can check for the apps from here on daily basis. If checking daily is not possible, then you can at least check once in a week, it will be fine. So whenever it may be happen that when any person can secretly install some app inside your phone, so that you will not know, and that app will be hidden. So how can you track that this kind of app is running inside your phone without your knowledge? So you have to just go through the settings and check for the apps from the app list, so that you will have the list of your apps. And from here, if you find any app which you didn't install, so that you can directly uninstall it from here. Okay, and I'm also creating another tutorial series for this, guys, so that if any person have intention to take your phone and install some apps, so whenever someone pick your phone, it triggers an alarm. So I'm using the motion sensor of the phone, and through that, whenever the phone is moved, then this alarm will be triggered, and it will aware you that someone has taken your phone. So you will get the phone from them. Let's go further in this video. As you can see, we have already added this app in our emulator. Now we will see for the background refreshing. So I have already said that for every 15 minutes it will fetch the data and load into our server. So I will show you that. So currently the time is 12:21 a.m. So I will wait for a few seconds, but I will make a quick call, so that I can show you that new data will be loaded even after the app is not running. So I will call a random number. Okay, I'm calling a random number, and okay, I cut it, and this is here added. So as you can see, today is now 18th July, so it will create a new node. Okay, and inside this it will save this log, but we have to wait for 15 minutes. Not for 15 minutes, because I have first installed this app a few minutes ago. So after installing and opening this app, the trigger starts, and for every 15 minutes it will run that function and will upload the data to the server. So currently it's 12:22 a.m. So let's wait and see when the data is loaded into our server. So I think it will take 10 to 12 minutes, because we have already installed and opened the app about 2 or 3 minutes ago. So it will take 15 minutes to run. Every 15 minutes the function will run to upload the data to the Firebase. real-time database. So let's wait. I will quickly fast forward this video so that it will not take much time and we will reach up to the desired time. Okay, as you can see, we have a new node created here, 18th July. And if I open this and open this, I have this call log. As you can see, 87521485663. So I have this new log here. So like this way, we can fetch the data and load into our Firebase real-time database. And I've also told you that I will show you this app by running it into a lower version. So let's close this and I will run it in a lower version app. So I have this app. I will quickly wipe the data and I will open this. Okay, the app is running. So this is the Android 5.1, which is Lollipop. So I will install this app inside this and will show you that if the permission dialog is appearing or not. Our emulator is start. Okay, now I will run our app inside the emulator, which has a version of Lollipop. So let's wait to be installed. Okay, our app is installed. So as you can see, we don't have any alert dialog to ask the permission, but it's showing nothing because we don't have any call log in this emulator. So let's first create some calls. Okay, I'm calling on 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and I cut it. Now the app is gone, so I need to run the app by dialing a number. Okay, our app is open. So as you can see, we can access the data without even asking for any permission in any device which is below Marshmallow. So that's why I was requesting to the people who are using Android version below Marshmallow. So please upgrade, otherwise your phone can get hacked. So that's all in this demo, and this tutorial part I will divide into 3. So the first part I will show you how you can fetch the data from the Android device and load into the list by using the recycler view and the recycler view adapter and using a custom layout. So it will be a simple custom layout which is currently showing in your screen. This is the custom layout. So we are using the text views and loading the data accordingly. So in the first part I will show you how you can fetch the call log and show on the screen, and in the second video I will show you how you can send the data to the server, and in the third part I will show you how you can set up a background activity. Means this app will send the data on every 15 minutes or any specified time. So we will see that. So that's all for this video, guys. If you really like this video, then please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you will get the updates of my new videos, so that you can keep track of your learning. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section below. You can connect with me on social media platforms. The link is given in the description. See you in the another video, guys. Till then, take care.